Eleanor, get out of here. Hey, baby. Hap, bap, bap, bap. Hap, bap. Okay, that seems to be working, I think. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Keep working on this. Damn it. Yeah, I'll have to be a bit higher up, huh? I can make that shorter. I guess it depends on the kind of face. Sorry. Come on. I guess you just gotta figure out sort of what your style is. Like, I'm always on, like, some of my half anime inspired BS. I usually do, start with circle, line, eyes, draw your summoning circle. Eyes are like, I usually go off, like, the typical, measurements. Like, eyes are, like, about 5 eyes across the face. It's just kind of something you get used to. Nose usually kind of in the middle. Of course, nose can be exaggerated. Mouth is like, usually, unless you want like a really wide mouth or a really tiny mouth, mouth is usually like from pupil to pupil about. That's just sort of how I measure things out. There's just sort of like a random face. This person doesn't know who they are. It's just sort of like a bunch of measurements I've remembered. And then, you can just kind of translate that into any sort of face you want. You could have like, more like heart-shaped face. You could go with like a really skinny, gaunt kind of face, depending on where the things are. You could go with like, a chubbier face with a softer chin, stuff like that. Ears are usually like, I'm just going over like my measurements. Like, if a person was to wear glasses, the glasses stems have to rest on the crook of the ear. So the ears have to be like, like the part where the ear like comes off the head here is usually like right across from where the eye is, because like if they had to wear glasses, that's where the glasses go. That's where those go. And hairlines can be pretty much anything. Your character can be bald, they could have the side thing, they could have like, widow's peak, they could have that sort of thing going on. They could have the thing where they have like the little sort of spikes there, Just kind of depends on the character. Yeah, every single time I draw a face, I just kind of draw my little summoning circle. And then I go from there. I don't know if I should leave that up, and then, erase parts of it as needed. Usually if I'm going to draw a cartoon face, that can be anything. Just kind of like shapes that become a face. You kind of just got to sort of figure out your style, I guess. Mine's definitely very anime influenced, because I only really started drawing like people when I got into manga. So, I started with the pretty typical, like, big shiny eyes, and then you struggle to draw the other one because you put too much effort into one eye, stuff like that. You sort of just keep drawing faces over and over do you want. Sometimes if I'm drawing a simplified face, I just have little, like, dot eyes. That person looks so haunted. But yeah, that's basically it. And the head thing is just kind of follows wherever you need it to go. Like, it's straight on, 3/4 from the side. Uh, it helps to, like, kind of it helps you just sort of, like, look at a lot of pictures of people and, like, look at people who draw in more cartoony styles and just kind of figure out what you like. Like, after a while, I realized that I like kind of drawing noses like this, where it's like you see sort of like the sticky outy part of the nose, and then the nostrils, and then the sides like that with, like, little hints up to where, like, the eyes are. Or it's like if I'm doing more cartoony, their nose can be a triangle or it can be just like a little bump or something. The only how to draw faces advice I have is experiment a whole bunch and see what helps you. For me, it just helps me to remember measurements and proportions, which don't help everyone, but they help me. Like, you can also mess with them. You can have someone with, like, a really, really long chin, so their chin goes, like, all the way down to there. Yeah, maybe they're a villain or something. Usually villains look like that. Maybe it's a witch. Maybe it's a happy witch. Maybe she's good. I don't know. You just kind of do whatever you want with faces. That's how I draw faces. I do my little summoning circle, and I just kind of figure things out from there. Unless I'm doing cartoony, in which case, you just kind of do anything. You got to go with the vibes. If I was going to draw a pixel face, it depends on the proportions, but because you just sort of make like little eyes. Oh, I made that too. Whoops, made that too short. And they're going ooh woo. Beep. I could have just erased that, but I had to be weird about it. All right. Did I? Okay, there we go. Two, one, two. Okay. I am drawing a lot of faces in this other thing I'm doing over here, and I'm having a hard time staying consistent. So even though I have, like, a pattern for drawing faces, I have a really hard time drawing the same face over and over again. So, even if you get, like, a style down, even if you get some ideas down, you might still have trouble with stuff, but that's fine, because everyone's got little things that they've got to keep working on. Pretty solid circle, sort of. Is it really? Hmm. It's an okay circle. I can turn part of it into an arrow. Hey, what's up? I'm just trying to figure out some stuff for you here. Okay, now that's definitely too wide there. Concentric circles are always a little hard to figure out. I'm trying to figure out the circle arrow now. Let me know if this like gradient looks okay. I also have this version where it has a completely black background, and I sort of like, yeah, did the lines like that. Now I'm just trying to figure out the main part of it. Yay, I'm glad you like. Let me know if there's any adjustments I should make along the way. Okay, so it's not fitting in right there, so I have to do the thing where I figure out the points again. Also, does this circle look like the right size? Actually, wait, I shouldn't do that. I should keep it there for measuring. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out the circle part now. I think I might have made it a little bit too square, so I might redo the circle. But I just have to figure out the concentric part and the part where it's an arrow. I might be able to do a couple different points. Should I just do it like where the arrow is like on the side, or should I do it where the arrow is like up here? Guess if it's on the side, I might be able to make it more equal, but I don't know. I might put together a couple of ideas and then send them to you for a review. Two, three, four, five. Figure this out best I can. Haven't done pixel stuff in a little bit, but it's always really fun to figure out. It's often like a puzzle, you know? Hey, there we go. Oh yeah, I forgot the hi dad thing. Yeah, I'm figuring out some new logo stuff for Hatu. Oh, that's not quite equal. It's 3, 3, and that's 4, 3, 2, 2. Okay. Wait, why is that off? It should be the same. It does look the closest, though. It does look close enough. Is a That's it down one too far. Okay. That's too small. If I just like... I guess I could make it like that, but... I'll like put that on another layer and then try to even it out on top. Hey, nice. You have found your people. Fellow Project Moon enthusiasts. Okay, I'm gonna try to figure this out. Oh, of course. Is it too big of a line, maybe? I don't know. Nice. I haven't started a single thing. I gotta do this thing for Hatu, and I've got the comic deadline by the 12th. I think I might do my idea of mass attacks on single players this year. I find as many of their characters as I can who have little to no attacks. Because I'm still sticking to my little no attacks thing. And I put them all together. Unless they have permission saying that I can't do that. Lurky Luge. I think like a couple different. Okay. Okay, and I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna try to sort of thicken up the line a little bit. Oh, oops. Accidentally drawing the white somehow. This. Yeah, for such a wild story with so many characters, it makes sense that you would have to write some stuff down. I have no idea how you keep track of it all. that's not even right there. What in the hell? Oh, how was I thought I selected that. So that was for that. I want to do to make that a bit bigger though. Actually, a lot bigger. Mm. What? The what? Like they. Oh, someone got mad that you didn't say sorry you didn't receive it. I mean, it's usually not your guys' fault anyway. What kind of petty ass customer? Ah. I can't round it enough there. It's like not right. Okay, they're all outside the line, so I put that in the wrong place. Contradicted. Uh, what is that guy's problem? I need to start tapering off a lot sooner. That's good. Sucks you're having problems with it. Oh god damn it, I didn't make that in the right place. Hmm. Yeah, like, I guess they're probably trained or something to not tell people that stuff is lost or stolen. I don't know. Seems like there's some weird bosses over there. It's like, why is he ordering? If he's a repeat customer who orders a lot of stuff and is always worried about things getting lost or stolen, then like he should like either fucking get a PO box or like PO boxes can be kind of expensive. He can send his stuff to some place where someone could pick it up for him. He could leave special instructions like, "Hey, please throw this over the back fence of my yard" or something. It's like a lot of the time if a package goes missing, it's either like some garbage porch pirate, or it's like literally just being delayed somewhere for a small amount of time. Like it could just be a traffic issue causing the trucks to be delayed. It could be weather if it's something that has to be shipped in by plane. Like there's all sorts of reasons something might be delayed. Tracking these days is so nice. Like it's usually pretty accurate. Mm-hmm. Mm, yeah, fuck that guy, Digiwipe. I don't know if I should keep the chunky version or what, so I'm gonna just duplicate this again. Just copy that one, or I'll just do another one. Yeah, let's like kind of like it when it's going like that, and then the. I do feel like it should be a bit bigger if I make it that wide. Okay, just try that out. Save your progress check. Hmm. Damn, that looks kind of awkward now. This is saved to back up. Is that one straight down like that, I guess? Oh, chunky arrow. Geek circle. Did kind of want to try it. Why is this all the way up here? I wanted to try a version where there's just a big circle around this, kind of like going through it, sort of. realized I could probably just make a circle. I don't know why I wasn't doing that before. Probably because I like to figure out the circles. It's fun. It's kind of a hassle, but it's pretty fun to figure out how to like make the curve of everything. And also it tends to get fuzzy like this. There we go. It's a little jank. Well, I can use it as a guide and then go back to it. Yeah, it's all uneven there, so we'll have to even it out. That is a much nicer circle. I was definitely making the edges too wide, which is making it too boxy. Circle guide. Okay. Mm-mm. Like, if I compare this, yeah, I was definitely making it a bit too boxy at the sides. Okay, yes. I'm gonna try with this circle thing, but I think it might also be cool to do like a rectangular arrow. Try both of them out and see how they do it. How they look. Nice, getting stuff done. Mm. Yeah, I didn't update any of my characters this year. I can't even remember which ones I have like visible. Nice. Sounds like you got a plan. Snack goes over here. Okay. 3322. Two. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot cleaner. Okay. A lot rounder too. Right. That's something. 5433221212. 5433221212. Yeah, whatever works with the character. They're interesting. I have a song stuck in my head. I could toss on some music. Always feel free to put on something while I'm on. Like, you can share it if you feel like it, but also if you just want to have something on, then that's fine too. Something's wrong on this side. 5, 6, because that's 6 along there, and then 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, somewhere along there I just measured it wrong. But yeah, that guy's pretty fun. It was very silly, very English. That's 4, 3, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Why is that off? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Hardman? 2. Okay, I don't know why that's not measuring right, but.
How dare you insinuate that you were going to do a stupid little 2 video and then bugger off and do a chicken run video?
How did you get into my house?
Chicken run is great and everything, but you've made me very angry and I want to give you a piece of my mind.
That's supposed to go all the way to there.
Really? What are you gonna do? Fight me?
Yeah. Yeah, I will.
What do you think you are? An hard man?
Whoa, yes I am. I'm the toughest son of a bitch you'll ever meet. You'll never know what hit ya. I'm gonna beat you to the bloomin' moon and back. Just say the word. Just say the word and I'll go for it. I'm not scared. You better prepare yourself for the punch out of a lifetime. Because when I'm through with you, they're gonna be reattaching your head for weeks to come. Oh! Oh! You sick man! James, how many people do you think are gonna get that?
I don't care.
Sometimes you do the highly specific references just for you.
Greetings and salutations, my beautiful people, and welcome to the Katakura Show, where I always have to do the dirty deed of deciding whether or not a game deserves to be slaughtered or salvaged. And hey, you know what time it is? No! It's movie tie-in game day!
Yay!
You know what? I'm still not feeling like playing a game that's completely and utterly god-awful, so we're gonna go with something good again. And where better to turn to for decency than that little company known as Aardman Animations.
Aardman are unbelievable. They're one of the hardest working, most intelligently writing, funniest and impeccably detailed animation companies in the world that have created some of my favourite shorts of all time. And what's funny is that whenever I talk to people about animation and what animation companies I like, I always bring up Aardman and then they more often than not go, who? And then I have to explain,
oh, you know, the people that made Wallace and Gromit.
And then they go,
oh yeah, I know who you mean now. I love them too.
But they don't know. They're fucking liars.
For those who don't pretend like they know, Aardman Animations are a UK-based animation company that specialise in plasticine animations, kinda like Clay, as it were. They've made tons of mainstream stuff like the pre-mentioned Wallace and Gromit, Angry Kids, Shaun the Sheep, Morph, Creature Comforts, the Sledgehammer music video, Flushed Away and Arthur Christmas, even though those last two were computer animated, and where they were all great, I always had a more morbid curiosity with the dark side of Aardman. Throughout the 80s and 90s, these guys made some of the smartest and darkest shit I have ever seen, including Stage Fright, Ident, Pib and Pog. Amazing. And Babylon, which has a lot of this.
Ew.
And a lot of this.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, pretty fucked up, but incredible nonetheless. This is a company that manages to provide and entertain for every single aspect of life, from childhood to adulthood. And whatever they make, dark and mature or childish and innocent, it's all done with the same amount of creative integrity, quality, and consistency with the funny writing and animation. You should go and watch as much as you can as soon as this video is over. There are YouTube videos everywhere, I know. Also, there's a clay penis. And you all thought that Wallace and Gromit was the edgiest this company would ever think to stray.
Either way, history lesson over, there was also a PS1 movie tie-in game based around Aardman's first ever full feature-length animated movie, Chicken Run. And if you haven't seen Chicken Run yet, go and do it. It's
I remember liking Chicken Run. I can't remember a lot of it now, but it was fun.
And The Great Escape with chickens. Can't go wrong. And what's great is that this game was developed by Blitz Games, who also made Bratz Rock Angels.
James, what are you doing?
Drowning myself.
Okay, let's go. Chicken Run, or as I like to call it, Metal Gear Chicken. This is a kid's version of Metal Gear Solid. I'm dead serious. It isn't as difficult as Metal Gear
Oh my
Solid,
God.
nor as deep, nor as long, nor as life-threatening, and has a few mini-games thrown in to lighten the mood, but this is literally Metal Gear Solid for kids, and surprisingly solid for a movie tie-in. Let's start off by looking around the main menu hut, where Fowler says,
Attack! Don't be ridiculous. I've been on I'm not going in there.
Whatever the fuck he said, and then we begin with a cutscene straight from the movie. Yes, it's a little bit compressed, but it still looks good. Not to mention, this game was released before the DVD came out, so this was basically a legit way of owning different scenes from the movie at that time. Pretty cool stuff. So we begin the game by having to go and find 2 particular items and then bring them back to a specific hut
progress
and make
check.
some wire cutters to get through an old part of a fence, which is where the main
Hey,
chunk of the gameplay comes
Hydration
from.
check.
Chicken Run is kind of like Metal Gear Solid, mixed with a collectathon, but with chickens. You get given a task, go and pick up specific items in completely different locations, solve logic puzzles to find some of those pieces, bring them back to a specific hut, and then all the different tasks get trickier as they go on with more items to find and more of the farm to gain access to, either by using your imagination or by finding another item and then solving other puzzles with that item to get through. And the fact that some of the same items have different uses only makes you think a little bit more creatively. Even some of the items that you pick up for collecting purposes can be equipped, like hiding in a boot, for instance. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is a kid's game and it isn't exactly hard to figure out what does what, but it's great that you still have to think even though it's a kid's game. Oh, and as you unlock more of Tweedy's farm, exploring around unknown locations is highly beneficial. Not only can you find sprouts to throw and distract enemies and ripped up pieces of the farm map which are mega useful, but you can also find cool little bonus screenshots from the movie. Nothing too crazy nowadays, but remember this came out before the DVD released and when internet was stuck in the year 2000, so on those merits alone, I think these were a cool addition. The presentation is also great, especially for the atmosphere and moods the game conveys. The music for each stage perfectly matches the time of day and seriousness of the situation you're in, and the score is also pretty damn tense and brooding in some instances, especially in nighttime stages, capturing the whole 1960s POW escape movie feel perfectly. The visuals are pretty polished for PS1 standards, and they can be dark and mysterious, but also bright and crack of dawn farmers are awake far too early, whenever they want to be, which in both instances enhances the feeling of mysterious exploration for the collecting and life-threatening escapism for the stealth. I also quite like the lighting effects, pretty good for a year 2000 movie tie-in PS1 game. Additionally, the little things, like your heartbeat increasing in tempo whenever faced with a threat, adds to the overall charm of the game. Okay, just gotta make sure Babs doesn't mind helping me with the wire cutters.
Do you need this in here, Babs? No, sorry, Ginger. I don't know where that goes.
Well, funnily enough, I'll tell you where that knife goes. It actually just about slips perfectly into your juicy chicken tits. Breasts. I meant breasts. Actually, no, I didn't.
Wrong hut! Okay, back to Mac I go then.
Presto! Wire cutters.
They look great. I hope they'll be
I
strong
remember the Scottish one being my favorite. It was my favorite chicken.
I'm sure they will be.
Right, I've got the wire cutters, so let's cut our way through the fence and continue our journey through the— Oh, balls, a spotlight! Get away! Get away! Hide! I'm safe in here. I'm sure of it. Ugh, Mr. Tweedy, get back! Go! Away with you! For king and country and all sprouts who sacrifice their lives to be eaten by dogs and fat men alike! Yeah, there is also a high focus of stealth in this game, hence all of my Metal Gear Solid mentions. You have to basically solve the puzzles and collect all the items without getting caught, which, like I said, isn't too difficult, but for kids, the balance is pretty damn good. You can throw sprouts to distract enemies, stand behind cover and peek around, hide in boxes, sneak around quietly, and run around like a chicken with its head still intact. The Tweedies and their dogs are all bigger and faster than you, and getting caught only once makes you lose a random item and starts you from your last area point, which is honestly a great incentive to stay out of sight. It isn't as dispiriting as losing lives or getting game overs, yet it still punishes you by taking away that one item that you worked your arse off to grab, and for a game about collecting stuff, I can't think of any better punishment to get your heart racing in specific stealth sections. You also have a radar in the bottom corner which acts as your radar. You can see where items are placed, see the vision cone of any enemies, and the thing itself actually beeps the closer you get to an item. A very cute touch as far as I'm concerned, and it makes grabbing the item feel more rewarding as a result. It also goes red when you're in alert and stays green when you're okay. Simple to understand and effective.
Yeah.
Well, how about that?
Ah, yes. Haven't seen this problem in a while. Yeah, these kind of things tend to happen when your PS1 disc has a scratch. I got you, didn't I?
Not to mention, when I was little, getting caught in this game actually terrified me. Well, I mean, first tell me that being stalked by that thing isn't scary, but something about a dog closing in on you and then catching you with the screen going black and the dog staring right at you with this horrible music properly freaked me out when I was younger.
Oh god. The music, Jesus.
Okay, grabbed some boots from the back door, and Mrs. Tweedy seems completely content to just walk indoors and outdoors all day saying the exact same thing over and over again.
I'm tired of making mini
you prophets.
Oh shit, I'm on alert. Get up here, get up here, get a hit. Yes! Oh, God. You can't catch me, you can't catch me. Oh, damn, Mr. Tweedy's on his way. What do I do? What do I do now? Oh, wait. Are you serious? That fat, miserable fuck can't even bring himself to climb those stairs. He was just like, oh, don't worry, boy. I'll go and catch this intruder who's potentially a threat to my life. Oh, wait. Stairs. Oh, I can't get up them. He'll have to come down here. However, unlike MGS, you are being stalked mostly by dogs, and dogs are a little more insane than armed guards in the sense that whenever you stand on anything loud or stand in any kind of light, they will hear you and hunt you down and try to get you. You're either hidden or you're in alert. There's no in between in this game. The dogs are faster than you as well, so your best bet is to play this game safely and stealthily. Wow, it feels like I'm playing Sly all over again.
Sly. Ah, yes. Oh, completely forgot. Sorry, everybody. Yeah, it turns out that is actually the worst curse word available for European regions. That's why we ended up getting Sly Raccoon instead of Sly Prometheus Raccoonus.
So I found some parts of a disguise for Babs to knit, so let's go and tell her what the plan is.
At last we'll be able to escape from this farm. Should we tell the Tweedies in case they wonder where we are? Of course not, Babs.
Trees.
It has got to be done in secret. In secret? What fun! But will we tell the other chickens?
We are dead, aren't we?
Okay, now we're walking around in a tall disguise, being chased by dogs, rescuing more chickens, and flapping our arms around like brutal moose in order to keep our balance. It's pretty fun, actually, not to mention kind of ridiculous. This is one of 3 act finales in the game, because you see, the point of this game is that it's split into 3 different acts, and each act represents a different escape plan that you have to help the chickens accomplish. The first act ends with the Tweedy disguise, the second act ends with Ginger getting captured and stuck into a pie machine, which you have to platform your way around to get out of, with, by the way, some of the catchiest music you will ever hear in your life. And the third and final act finale is escaping in a homemade plane while you have to smack Mrs. Tweedy into billboards and windmills. This is ridiculous, yes. But I suppose if people can make a game about Barbie, I suppose the notion of a game about runaway chickens isn't too far-fetched. Because far-fetched is a fucking bird, and that joke was amazing. Okay, running around here, searching for some stuff, going to this barn, and oh shit, what's going on? Kazoos! Kazoos are never a good thing in a game like this. Oh god, I'm force-feeding chickens so that they shit out
Oh,
eggs
nice. I like Brutal Moose.
Basket.
I haven't watched a lot of his gaming stuff, but I have watched a lot of his food review videos.
Mini games in this package. Oh joy! Some are actually pretty fun, but they mostly make no sense. I mean, for instance, you're going around picking up parts to build contraptions to save your fellow chickens, and then when it comes to actually saving them, you are ranked on how many you save in a certain time limit before the Tweedies come back. And you don't pass the mini game if you don't save enough chickens. Shouldn't the fact that I'm actually saving chickens be enough of a success? You Trump nugget? Other than that, though, the variety is pretty great. You have a chicken fireworks shooting gallery, 2 drunk as lord chickens holding a springy mattress that you have to aim and to bounce on and get over. The same kind of concept, but in a lake. Dunk chicken, drown chicken, hell for chicken. And then some rhythm games, and even tap the fuck out of the button games, which require you to multitask by catching other things while doing other things, like force-feeding chickens until they literally pass through an entire egg out of sheer full stomach. Gross. To add to the variety, you also get to play as other characters from the movie, including the thieving rats Nick and Fetcher, who base their entire gameplay around logic puzzles that require switching back and forth between them and doing different things at different times. And you get to play as Rocky, who is exactly the same as Ginger, except he's voiced by...
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You've been a wonderful audience.
Is that supposed to be Mel Gibson?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You've been a wonderful audience.
My word, the man who wanted no relation to the Chicken Run video game starred in a movie where aliens were scared of wooden doors. Go figure.
And so, in conclusion, despite being made by the same people that made Bratz the splashy rats that are gnats covered in shats, Chicken Run gets the salvage. Yeah. Basically, I suppose I can sum this entire game up by saying it's Metal Gear Solid but for a younger crowd, and it's based off of a really, really good movie. So it's a solid game, and it's surprising. I mean, how often do you find a good movie tie-in game? Like, it doesn't really happen, so it's a surprise. It's a solid surprise, and you can't go wrong with kids' version of Metal Gear Solid, can you? So, as always, if it is your birthday today or watching this video, happy frickin' birthday to you. And please remember to stay beautiful. I'm a chicken. Buck. Buck. Bucka.
Ay, 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 ay. Hello there everybody, and thanks so much for watching my stupid video on the PS1 version of Chicken Run. If you like this video, then please hit that
Don't
little
like
like
where
button.
that's
And
hitting
consider
there,
subscribing
so
to
I
my
have to
channel, 'cause I
either
upload 2
maybe
videos
just like go
every
up a
single
little
week
bit.
unless I'm ill or on holiday, so that's always good. And if you look in the description, you'll find my social media links, Facebook, Twitter, my Twitch page, because I'm doing a lot more streaming nowadays, so you can always have a look at that to see me go live. And you'll also see my Games Grabber collection, where if you want to see what games I've been buying, what games are on my shelves, all of that kind of stuff, what I'm playing, what I'm picking up, and what you can buy yourself from my collection, you can go in the description and have a look at that and start following me if you'd like to. And I'd also like to give a huge thank you and a huge shout out to my top I'm Raising supporter this week, Martin Holzel. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but thank you so much. And like always, if it's your birthday today watching this video, happy freaking birthday to you,
It's the
and
logo
please remember
right
to stay
there.
beautiful.
James Somerton faked his death. Oh my god. I was gonna put like another one down there, so it's like the same thing on this side. The arrow looks too awkward. James Somerton was a YouTuber who plagiarized a bunch. So I'm trying to count my numbers and stuff. My dots, my cubes, my pixels. He plagiarized a lot of stuff for his YouTube channel. And also got into some other shady things, and a guy who's really big on like BreadTube, like leftist political YouTube, named HBomberGuy. I really like his videos. He has some fun stuff if you want me to pull up one of his things. He did a video on plagiarism and YouTube and mentioned several people, and James Somerton was the one who he had the most stuff on, and it kind of like ended the man's whole career. And according to this thumbnail here, he seems to have faked his death. Which is a pretty classic thing for some people to do, where they try to drum up sympathy, even like when everyone's really pissed off at them. So that's interesting. I never really had much of an opinion on the guy, besides that, you know, he made that one video that I didn't like super much. That pissed off a lot of other races and stuff, so. Which one? This one? Or like the one about plagiarism? Because the one about plagiarism is like 4 hours long. Like, I'm gonna link it to you. I'll pull it up and link it to you so I remember. It is genuinely very interesting, but it is a long ass video. I'm gonna just letting you know. Plagiars, not the reaction. The full video. He did make a smaller one. Yeah, it's 3 hours and 51 minutes. I'll just copy paste it to you. It's a very interesting video. And then he also here's a shorter one that he did. When was this from? I can't remember. 7 years ago. About YouTube plagiarism 7 years ago. That's 17 minutes. People have been making videos about his video because of how crazy it went. He also made like a little extra thing on this video about another popular YouTuber named Illuminati, who I actually used to watch a lot of her videos. But I didn't realize when they were being posted. I didn't realize how fast she was putting out the videos, and the fact that she would be putting out that many videos. I thought I just found a YouTuber with with a really big backlog of information. So I was like, I thought I was just watching someone who had just had a bunch of videos that were out for years, but then I heard the stuff about her, and I was like, oh, this is also a fun one. Vaccines and Autism, a Measured Response. He went on a search for the source of the oof sound effect from Roblox, and it's a 2-hour video about the rabbit hole he went down. Does he have any shorter videos that would be funny for you to watch? Oh, that one's fun. Anti-feminism video and smaller. Yeah, I can remember that one. He's also English, and he has a very silly sense of humor. Here's sort of a silly one where he does a reaction. Just to show you this guy.
Hello friends and people who come to my channel just to dislike the videos.
Oh, he's a little
and then
quiet.
run away. I've just been sent a new video about
Is he a little quiet on your
All Right
side?
Dogs trailer by Carl Ushanka, and people keep asking me to watch it or to
Actually,
react
wait,
to it.
let me
so
just,
I figured I would set up a camera because
I hope that
apparently
helps.
how
Okay.
I feel about this trailer is going to be important. Don't know why, but let's find out, shall we? I'm using my laptop because for unknown reasons my iMac hasn't been working particularly well lately. So yeah, anyway.
That was the Partridge Family's. Doesn't somebody want to be
This is the opening of Reservoir Dogs, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, All Right Dogs. I get it. Wait, why would the alt-right want to reference fucking Tarantino? He does not have views that are agreeable to you.
Oh no, Colonel Hans Lander disliked my videos. And Hans Lander's such a moral, upstanding character whose opinion is worthy of respect.
Is that Matt Forney? Man, that guy's out of shape. He looks really upset. Is he being filmed surreptitiously? Is this made by someone who's not a fan of these people? The original film had like cool slow motion close-ups, and these are just stills from a video. Is Johan the character or the actor playing him? What? Who?
Some alt-right guys made a video called Alt-Right Dogs based off Reservoir Dogs, I guess.
So this was the more interesting thing to watch. Davis? What? Why does he get a real picture? What? What? But there was 4 of them, right? Wasn't it? Davis is... Oh, fuck! There's 5 of them, but no one else was around to hold the camera! It's just... Oh, shit! Okay, so Davis isn't in this shot, which means that he's the cameraman for this bit. So why is there a black border on the left? What? What? Davis, hold the camera steady! You're supposed to be a real director, no! God damn it! Why couldn't the Alt-Right Dogs find a tripod? Or a friend to fucking hold the camera for them? God! They're not even in the center of the frame! What? Look, Davis. Look.
Yeah.
Get in touch with me, Davis, and I will send you this tripod. It's not very good, but it means that all 5 of you will be in the frame. It's fucking so... I'm gonna watch it again. So what is this a trailer for? Are they making a Reservoir Dogs? Did they just want to broadcast how badass they are to the world? Because it totally worked. I can't believe that there are 5 alt-right dogs and, like, they didn't have any friends who would hold the camera for them. You know, the actual Reservoir Dogs trailer had footage of them, like, doing stuff. They weren't just, like, taking the crosswalk outside McDonald's. They were, like, doing stuff from the film to try and sell you on it. This is just piss. Oh, here it comes. I have a feel that if they had slightly more budget, at that point they would cut to Matt Forney shot and bleeding to death in the back of Davis' car that he bought with the Sarkeesian effect money. Why is the footage misaligned like that? You would have to do that on purpose. Like, what? Davis Arini, the cameraman for this footage, thinks he's a filmmaker. He's very sure he's a real filmmaker. Slow motion shaky cam is just the most... It's just the most rational thing, you know? I mean, all in all, it's not the worst trailer Davis has been involved with, but it's pretty up there. By the way, who is Carl Ushanka? I want to see what Ushanka US is. I'm actually kind of interested now. No, I just want to go to ushanka.us. Please, just take me to... I don't want to set up parental controls. Alright, blog.ushanka.us is... Hold on a sec. This is the guy who makes the Ushankas that Davis has been selling on his fucking blog for years. Holy shit. The collusion is real. Advertise my hats on your blog, Davis, and I'll give you a part in Alt-Right Dogs, the trailer. I'm willing to bet that if I checked, one of the other guys would be the guy behind the testosterone cream and the other shit that he advertises on his blog. Let's see what he's selling right now. Support my Patreon. Buy my Fallout fanfiction. Please watch Lust in the Time of Heartache. My full-length documentary on Gamergate, social justice, Marxists, narcissism, and Anita Sarkeesian. He's a professional on one of those topics. And of course, Carl Ushanka's glorious hat. It's stylish, it's warm, it drives liberals nuts. Well, I guess I am nuts, but not because of your hat. I think the hat is really funny, and you should wear it constantly. Confessions of an Online Hustler by Matt Forney. He's just using his blog to sell, like, the shit of his 4 other friends. Bachelor Pad Economics by Aaron! Who'd have thought? Oh, he's also trying to sell Roosh V's latest book, but Roosh, I guess, couldn't make the time to appear in his really badass film trailer. Is PayPal joining Google and Twitter in the censorship war? I'm gonna read this. Okay, Davis has had minor trouble with how PayPal works, which is understandable. That happens to literally everyone. It's happened to me. But he appears to think
just trying to make this damn arrow work.
It means they've taken a side in an internet censorship war. I mean, okay. Also, he feels the need to specifically point out that the person he was talking to on the phone was a girl, as if, like, you needed to know that. I wonder why. The girl, and you know what they're like, claimed that their investigations aren't motivated by the same sort of political bias that Google, Facebook, and Twitter are exhibiting. What, did you call her on the phone and say, "Are you like Twitter? Are you out to get me?" Matt Forney, whose book is literally right next to this fucking post, suspects, and I agree, that this might be the first step in kicking off their platform. Oh wow, he actually does think PayPal is out to get him. The fact that all these companies are resorting to such tactics is good news for our side. Yeah, it's good that you're getting kicked off of all these platforms, apparently. It means they're running scared, and it means that they consider me dangerous. I've got some weird PayPal.
I'm sure they do.
And a lot of people do because PayPal is actually not very good. That doesn't mean PayPal is scared of you. It just means it's a bit crap. Oh. There's nothing that makes me happier than being hated by the unrighteous. Nobody hates you, Davis. I think you're amazing. Only time will tell what PayPal's actually up to. Cue the X-Files theme. Honestly, I'm not too worried about it. Unlike some people I could mention, I have avenues available to me outside of YouTube Benjamins and the public dole, and by this time next year I hope to be a contributor to the various alt-right voices whom I enjoy. Assuming that they're still able to receive PayPal, of course. I still haven't figured out how to Bitcoin!
How to Bitcoin?
Of course, you're more than free to include your questions, prayer requests, or ideas for videos when you donate. Prayer requests? Wait. Is he... Or was that a joke? Or can I get Davis to pray for me? Because I need that. I need that right now. Davis, if you managed to watch this far, and I know you're rational, so you did, I will send you a tripod in exchange for footage of you praying for my soul. Please do this. Please. He links to an article called, in the text bar at the top, Egoistic Self-Destruction Thunderfoot Sargon Akkad. So he's very angry about certain other reasonable people. Over the past summer, first Thunderfoot, Phil Tinas Mason, and then Sargon of Akkad, Carl Benjamin, self-immolated through acts of e-fame-driven hubris. Mason revealed himself as the big government anti-Brexit globalist who wants your tax dollars to pay for his hobby, while Benjamin repeatedly invaded alt-right spaces only to dominate the conversation with first-year communist rhetoric. The best thing about the alt-right is that if you just wait long enough, they'll fall out with each other and then come tell you why they're shit. You don't even have to criticize them, they'll do it themselves when they realize that they hate each other. I have to admit it was rather gratifying. Last year the two of them went on a slanderous attack campaign against... Hold on a second. Last year the two of them went on a slanderous attack campaign against me, misquoting and outright lying. They had no regard for the morality of their actions, nor the real politic consequences of attacking a Gamergate ally. Gamergate is
It always sucks when you just watch someone because they're funny, and then later you're like, bro, what the hell is wrong with you?
Skeptic. He'll obsessively pick apart anything that doesn't matter in your day-to-day life. Evolution, hoverboards, and solar roadways, while ignoring existential threats that demand a skeptical eye. Global warming, yep. James Watson, and over-vaccination. Sargon of Akkad, aka Marxus of Boobus. I've expressed my disappointment with Gamergate in the past, how it went from being a stalwart defense in the culture war to being about ethics and games journalism, to being nothing more than about another equality movement, nothing but a bunch of castrated jackals who thought themselves clever. These are the people who were giving you money, Davis. You really shouldn't piss off these people. I like that he complains that it went from a defense in the culture war to being about ethics in game journalism. Like, wasn't it supposed to have always been about ethics?
It wasn't
Aren't you kind of showing your hand here that it was just an alt-right dog whistle the whole time? Oops. The people who matter know who and what Phil and Carl actually are, so there's no need for me to waste any more time on them beyond this short blog post. Yeah, of course. I'm not going to waste my time on them, but let me continue briefly. I poured my heart and soul into that movie.
You know what, here's the thing, is if I had ever watched any of her fucking videos, I could have come up with a far tighter argument.
If things had turned out differently, it really could have had an impact. Yeah, if the film had been good and contained facts, it would have made a huge difference. Don't get me wrong, Immersed in Subversion is something I'm genuinely proud of. Well, that's your first mistake. It's not just a good film in spite of the circumstances, it's a bloody good film, period. The problem with it isn't the film itself, it's the fact that it's on YouTube. As Marshall McLuhan said, the medium is the message. And no matter how good the film is, it's nothing but a YouTube movie, as far as most people are concerned. The whole point of filming it was to get it onto Netflix. Without that appearance of endorsement by the assumed experts at Netflix, it's about as useful as a sports car at the bottom of the ocean. What? Mate, I appreciate the reference. I'm a McLuhanist myself. There's a copy of The Mechanical Bride in that box of books over there somewhere. But let's be honest here, your film isn't bad because it's not on Netflix. It's bad because it's fucking terrible. Everything's weirdly reframed because you accidentally had Jordan Owen in most of the shots and then you had a massive falling out with him, so you had to edit him out. Like, it's all complete weird decisions that make your point harder to get across. Like, it's exactly the sort of thing you would expect from the man who made the Alt-Right Dogs trailer. If you think the people who run Netflix
It's on
aren't
Netflix
good
now?
at their jobs,
Dang.
why do you want it on Netflix? Why would you want to associate with them? I would just declare that Netflix were running from me because they were afraid of the truth. You know, like PayPal apparently are, because you don't know what their rules are. And with that in mind, let's finish this piece by considering the crucial flaw which brought these men low.
I'm struggling with these arrows so much.
Their sin was ego. In the analysis I linked above, they delineate the three main strategies that are used against us: containment, dilution, and poisoning. And ego. Those aren't... That's not three things, Davis. Because this is the internet, and half of you are autistic, did you get that statistic from the place you get the rest of your facts? I'm going to lay out where I stand and why these are issues. Global warming, even if it is actually occurring, The solutions being offered won't do anything to combat it. They're nothing more than Trojan horses for globalist control. If you've recently come to a conclusion that I reached
Fucking
years ago,
globalist stuff.
maybe you ought to be listening to the crazy things I'm saying today. Just saying. Well, guess what, Davis? I thought Sargon of Akkad was a bit weird when you were friends with him years ago. So maybe you should be listening to what I'm saying today. And I say maybe you should reconsider
Right.
global warming is a secret plot to take over the world. Maybe. I've got to stop for now. I'm absolutely busting for a piss. But until next time, your documentary doesn't contain facts until it's on Netflix. A lady. These are absolutely covered in dust.
There's no credits in this video. I'm saving them for a thing that I'm doing later this month. Just trust me, alright? It's gonna be great.
That Ushanka actually looks kind of crap. I know where you could get some better Ushankas, but you probably wouldn't think much of that place.
Okay, the taper look does kind of work. Yeah, that's one of his shorter videos. I really like his longer videos, and I recommend them. They're funny and also just really interesting. There's one of his measured response videos about flat earther communities, and it's pretty wild. Very interesting to see how conspiracy theory minded people get. Does that sort of look okay? Are those different lengths? Just looks that way. I think just put stuff in your character permissions if you don't want any of the characters drawn together. Because pretty much I'm just looking for... Like, I'll probably attack a couple pals just because fun times. But also, like, mostly just going to be doing my usual thing where I randomly choose until I find characters with preferably no attacks on them, but if they only have, like, one attack, that's also okay. I'm just looking for the characters with as little attacks as possible, and then I'm going to look through the person's other characters and see if any of them have similarly unattacked characters. Yeah, I think that's best arrow I've come up with so far. Because I want to put another one at the bottom, so I'm going to have to copy that. Alright, yeah, I just gotta look through people's permissions to make sure they're okay with characters being drawn together. Because most people are, but yeah. 2, 3... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. It's 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Is this the same? It is 1 pixel shorter. That's why it was kind of wonky there, but it still worked out, so it should work out on this side, I hope. I was just gonna go on vibes. I like to draw scenes. Like, I like to draw scenes where it's like you know, multiple characters in the same sort of situation. I got the idea from a birthday art that I did for Skelebi a long time ago. Where I drew I drew all of the characters that they had on their art fight, because those are the ones I could find references of, sitting around a campfire and doing various things that the characters would at a campfire, because I feel like a campfire is very very Skelebi setting, and a lot of their characters fit there. So American Arcadia, never heard of it. Okay, and then it's 2 at the end. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was just a fun idea to bring that to Artfight eventually. Interesting. Let's see if there are any of the shorter videos if you wanted to just like watch stuff. Also, his measured response videos are pretty long. The Soy Boys one is really funny. But yeah, I'd like to do that one, right? So if you want, you can check out his other stuff. I like his sense of humor and his commentary. Okay, so despite these being different, they should meet up pretty well. Cool art style.
Jesus. Angela? Angela! Are you there? What is this?
This, Trevor, is your life. A life that has been recorded and compiled right down to the last second. We'll get you out of here, I promise. Shit, shit, shit! Keep running, Trevor!
And an insider is helping him, one of us.
Oh no, 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 no!
Yes, 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 I got it!
Stay away or...
Hit him.
What? Hey, no! I just surrendered!
Live from the Arcadia Dome, I'm your host, Vivian Walton, and this is American Arcadia.
Looks pretty cool. Seems like kind of the weird thing I would check out. It does look like Ned Flanders. And like, if I do have this sort of thing going on, because I don't even know if he'll choose this, it's just an idea I wanted to pitch. I don't know if I should use the same colors, or just like, I guess I could use like a neon green and make sure it contrasts with that neon green. My eyes. Something even brighter than this. Because I could make it really dark here and then light here. That might work. Okay, make some little notes about where the words are. Okay. So we got like most bright. Here. There. Okay. I guess I could just like pretty much copy the colors from here and then have them fade out by the colors and just have that be like, well, either pitch black or just really, really dark green. Maybe I could do a contrasting color, I'm not sure. There. This. Yeah.
Forgive me, but no one must look under there.
Why? What are you hiding?
I'm glad you asked. Let me show you.
I'm the machine! I grant your every desire! Toss some material into my hole, and I'll make whatever you want! I suck! You receive!
Oh.
What does the little ribbon down in the front want?
Could I maybe have some help asserting myself more?
Wish granted!
Holy Toledo! I feel like I could get anyone to do anything!
Whoa, I want to try.
Hey!
Oh, yeah! That's the good stuff.
Oh. 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 Wow, this outfit makes me look like a whole different person.
Come on, Christine. What's your desire?
Not my name.
Don't lie, Christine!
I know what she wants!
Ah! Oh, what kind of a sicko are you, Pomni?
What the f is going on?
Can I have a horse?
You want to be plastic? Okay!
Oh, hi, Ragatha.
Wait a minute, you're not granting our desires, you're just spitting out merch.
Yeah, exactly! Your greatest desires!
Pretty sure it thinks all human desires are just merch. It's a merch machine.
Oh. Oh, it's fine. I just didn't think it would be Chinese.
You're gonna go rogue and turn us all into merch, aren't you?
That's right!
Cool.
Serves you right, creep.
Jaxie boy looks so cute!
Go to hell.
Oh no! She's right though!
You'd look great with some accessories.
Oh god.
Oh, just one more hit!
There's a stop button! Okay.
Oh no, it's eating too much. Take me too.
I can quit whenever I want!
I like this. This is canon now.
Oh, hey, Coffee.
What's up, guys?
The Digital Circus Episode 5 Match Wave is out now! Digital Circus Store, made in my insides with love! Spice up your Digital Circus Animini's figure collection with the brand new Costume Adventure series! Look at these stupid babies! They look so cute next to their super rare cousin!
And for the next week only, buy 2 single Animini's figures and get the third 50% off. Even ones from other franchises.
Well, it's possible.
But be quick! The new DC Animini's has limited stock, so once they're gone forever!
The Majax plush is here for you freaks to torture with cuddles, humiliation, and general tomfoolery.
Hell is real.
Adopt your own girl boss,
Poor
the
Jax.
manager Gangle Plush. She'll watch you work and, best of all, watch you sleep. Soothing music
great.
for your ear hole! If you're one of those people that wear clothes, we've got this stargazing shirt, a varsity jacket, and this big tops hat. Ragatha is now plastic, just like you freaks wanted. Anime! Behold the... Wait, what the f*** is it? You guys are... And finally, this
Corn.
Digital Circus voting pin, featuring a sliding hand to show your current emotion. I'm feeling quite dorsalist myself. So, did I do good?
I don't know, I think I'm feeling a little Marfam. That would be like right there, right? Eh. Explosions in the distance. In the uncomfortably near distance. Today there was like a big explosion in a neighborhood a little bit north of here, and apparently it was someone's fireworks. Like a really large amount of fireworks that someone had that caught fire and exploded. And it caught their house on fire, and it caught their neighbor's house on fire. I have an article about it up. I was gonna check it out later. Oh, already? Heck. Oh, I have been having fun working on this. So that's good. Oh no. 7 people, goddamn. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That was an explosion. I do like... guess that's like that. Yeah, good night, man. Well, chicken and rice is a type of soup. You could have chicken and rice soup, but unless it was specified as a soup, I would assume it was just like, you know, the chicken and rice, like chicken with some rice. Those measuring marks alert. I think I kind of want the dark green to be like just like a little lighter and more saturated. You hear the weird noises, Pistachio? I wonder, since it's 11:59, if people are going to give it like the New Year's treatment and start setting stuff off. Sometimes people do, and it's really annoying. And I might show just a little bit of flat black right by the arrows, but I want to see how it looks again. Ew. That sucks that they cooked it that wrong. Ah! Fuck, wrong layer. Dang it. If that looked off. It's a very small difference, but okay, now it fades a bit softer, and yeah, I do want to put a little bit of black back. Right in here. To see. I told a friend I'd go help them with something tomorrow. And I'm already like, I'm always fucking helping people. Tired. Second two. What? Yeah, that sounds like how people talk about real life kids. Like, ugh, God, so annoying. And it's like, the kid's 9. Well, it seems like they got a realistic depiction of how people treat kids. Mm. Yeah, I guess that does look a bit better. Oh yeah, if you pronounce it like all French, it could be Jean. It's like Jean-Loup. Hmm. I'm wondering if like the black outlines around the arrows in this mode look a bit too obvious. It stands out too much. Yeah. Look at this irregular size. That looks pretty cool, like real size. Save, progress check. It's still readable. Okay, yeah, it's pretty readable like that. That's good. At least the pixel size, it's pretty easy to scale up whenever needed. Um, mm, text in circle. Black peachy. Black peachy. Outlines. And then I have to size all these up. Well, I guess I can save multiple versions where they're like sized up and not sized up. I guess the, well, that's probably fine. An EP. Hard edges, we're going like, what, times 8? Yeah. Yeah, the poor kid. Did I already... Okay. Did I accidentally save that? Oh, whoops, it's in the wrong place. What was that? Okay. What's one of those? Oh. Okay, that's transparent. Black Islands is transparent, and then... I think I just blanked out and changed the size, and then, save it. Heck, I had an idea. No, so I gotta go to bed, but that's... I don't want to do errands tomorrow. I did errands today. I already said it on my friends. Actually, this is too much here. Let me take these. There's just these, and then... Seven, 8, 9. I'll see if I can make it spin and like look okay. The tiniest bit of breathing room. Wait, what am I doing? I don't need these all to be the same size. Okay, let's see. Ugh. Oh heck, your login streak? Okay, this is the point where it should be completely, like, sideways, right? Oh fuck. Ah, right. Because I didn't actually fill in the spaces there. Whoops. Okay, hold on. Don't know how that happened. Okay. Right. I just gotta... don't save any of that. I think I should work on this while watching videos and petting my cat. The consequences of my quences. Yeah, I should at least sign off for now and, like, get up and do some stretches. Pistachio is bothering me, so it's... oh yeah, it's like 12:30, she needs her mush. Poor starving old cat needs her mush. Okay. Everything... yes, hello, Pistachio. It's mush time in a minute, baby, okay? Hydration check and stretch and posture check and save your progress check. And pet a cat. Give your cat some mush, some of the nutritional mush that you feed your cat. Either that or the nutritional pellets. Pet food is so weird. I mean, I guess I eat cereal, so it's kind of the same, but... anyway, stop rambling check, good to get the good sleepy times, and good night.